by Pulte nearby. On the environmental side, property has been maintained to support agricultural uses. Impacts to any functional wetlands have been avoided except for necessary road crossings. 25 acres of uplands are preserved along the Fry Canal, kind of our common boundary with Foxbrook. So it only provides a wildlife corridor, but also results in that the back of our lots are at least 300 feet from the common boundary with Foxbrook. And then we have 50 acres of preservation along Gamble Creek to the north. We have two specific approvals. One you see often, which is to reduce the secondary front yard to 15 feet when it functions as a side yard. The second relates to secondary access being for emergency only, and it's temporary. It will be removed if railroad extension is constructed from Rutland. It'll be improved or paved to resident only and emergency access prior to the CO for the 530th home if railroad has not been constructed. We had our neighborhood workshop on May 30th. Major discussion points related to transportation, again, primarily related to the future intersection of railroad extension at Rutland. And there are also some questions about the environment, specifically how we interface with Foxbrook, and I think I've addressed that already. There we have a positive recommendation from staff, Planning Commission, recommendation of approval, and we think there's substantial evidence in the record to support that this project is consistent and compatible. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Commissioners, the live stream is down, and in addition to that, it's creating problems with my system too. So if there's, I'm not able to pull up the agenda item, so if there's anyone who wants to speak, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Does anyone have any questions for the applicant? Okay, hearing none, we'll go to staff. Oh, wait.
I was going to ask staff, but they may be able to answer.
Okay, Commissioner Cruz.
Yeah, just to clarify, you're adding this additional text amendment that was meaningfully different than the last time. That both restricts the residential units, but also says it's residential only. That residential only component is going to be in effect into perpetuity, even if we put a spine road in there and all of a sudden someone shows up and go, well, now there's a commercial node. That's permanent, just residential.
Yes, absolutely. The text amendment says for this entire property, it's limited to 1,100 and limited to residential.
Okay, thanks.
Despite any bonuses or anything like that.
All right, thank you, sir. Any other questions for the applicant? Okay, we'll go to staff.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. For the record, Bill O'Shea with Development Services, and I have been sworn. The applicant did a very thorough job, so my PowerPoint would just essentially repeat what you've just heard. So staff is here if you have any questions. And that's on the comp plan side. Marshall's here to discuss the GDP with you.
All right, are there any questions for staff at this time? No. Okay. Well, and we're doing well. Let's open this up to public comment at this time. Is there anyone from the public who would like to come forward to address the board regarding items number 9 and 10 on today's agenda? Items 9 and 10. Ma'am, I think they're the last two items, so I'm assuming you're here for these two. 12. So 12 was continued to February 1st. Okay, I apologize. I thought you were here for 9 and 10. Anyone here for 9 or 10? Okay, we're going to close public comment at this time then. Are there, back to staff, any questions? Applicant, staff, audience? No? Board members? No? Yes, Mr.
I'll just make a statement.
Commissioner Turner.
I think staff and the attorneys representing the client did a really good job of making it fit inside the box and making it contiguous. And the D5 limitation was the icing on the cake. So if there's a motion on the table, I move to approve.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
It's a process for quasi. I would agree with your statement, though. I think the applicant's attorney came in and he listened to everything that I voted against this last time. He came in and listened to everything that we said, and he brought us, I think, something that we can agree on. Commissioner Cruz.
Yeah, I think I may have made the motion to terminate this last time, and honestly, I still dislike this policy, that this was the one that brought up the whole discussion about bringing 2.1.2.8 back for further discussion. You made meaningful changes. It's in line with when we made the same request to Taylor Ranch, to tail it back and be a little more considerate. You were, so I can't fault you for it. I don't like the policy. I don't want to vote for things with this policy, but I appreciate what you did here. This is a much better. I mean, previously, in theory, you could have built almost 4,500 homes and 300,000 square feet of commercial, sight unseen. Now it's 1,100 homes. That's it. That is such a massive difference and concession to move this forward. So, you know, I'm in favor of this.
Thank you, sir. And yeah, well said. You listened to the board and came back, and I think you brought back something we can pass. Are there any final statements that staff want to make? No, sir. Okay. And closing statement from the applicant? Right, yeah, I guess not, right? No when to stop, yeah. Okay, so in that case, we'll entertain motions. Motion to approve by Commissioner Turner, seconded by Commissioner Ron. We have held public comment, so we can cast our votes verbally at this time. All in favor, please say aye. 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 All opposed? Madam Clerk, item number 9 passes unanimously by a vote of 7-0. Item number 10 does not require action. Is that correct, Mrs. Shank? Okay, so I believe that concludes the Lazy C Ranch. And since we already held 11 and 12, that actually concludes the agenda. Are there any comments that anyone wants to make? Mrs. Greer, do you have any comments before we close out?
No, sir.
No, ma'am. Mrs. Shank?
No, sir.
I know, right? Commissioners, anybody have a comment before we close out? Other than I hope to see everyone at Bray for the Christmas event Friday night and Saturday morning for the pet adoption event. So, no other comments? Then we're adjourned.
gosh, we are so excited. Today is the grand opening, the ribbon cutting for Storybook Trail. Storybook Trails are all over the United States, but what makes ours unique is that we have incorporated literacy tips and literacy activities on each panel. A storybook trail is a deconstruction of a storybook that you put somewhere in the community. We were invited to Lincoln Park for our first storybook trail. This has been a project that we've been working on for over a year. It's a grand collaboration between philanthropy, the Manatee County School District, and also Manatee County government. We are so excited to be able to bring literacy into our neighborhoods 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when families are out and about in our community park at Lincoln Park, they're able now to read a story. They're able to learn literacy tips that they can take home and learn and do with their children day in and day out. Storybook Trail will help us to prepare our littlest learners in our community to be ready for school on that first day, either when they're entering voluntary pre-kindergarten programs or when they're entering kindergarten. Storybook Trail is a great way to combine literacy and movement in our county parks. It's an exciting event today. We are so thankful for our county government, for the school district, for Soarin' 4, and the I Am Yes project for bringing this to fruition. So stay tuned, enjoy the day, and come out and read and play with us at Lincoln Park. Storybook Trail is an expansion of the Soarin' 4 program. Soarin' 4 is a monthly program where philanthropists pay for our children to get into the Bishop Museum once a month. Storybook Trail also continues with the mission of Soarin' 4 to enact and empower our families to be their child's first literacy teachers. So when you come to Storybook Trail, you're seeing an extension of that. You're seeing tips that families can use when they're reading the panels of the storybook. This is such a unique opportunity for families to build literacy into everyday activities. This supports our county mission because a more literate community is a more productive community. So we want all of our citizens to be able to read proficiently, and we know that starts with good schools. So Soarin' 4 is continuing our mission to make sure that each and every family has access to materials and the knowledge to be their child's first literacy teachers. To learn more about the Soarin' 4 programs, visit our website at www.soarin4.org or join one of our Facebook pages. And recently, we've joined Instagram. So you can find us a variety of different ways, but Soarin' 4 offers a Big Soar program once a month. They offer storybook readings in our libraries, and now we offer Storybook Trail. So we have programs all month long to support our early learners and their families. Every event we always have is free, and all the materials we give are free. And the materials change each month. So just because you come to one storybook activity or you come to a Big Soar activity, all those materials change again next month. So families keep coming back. They keep receiving materials to support their child's literacy development at home.
Hey, William, you getting this?
everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We have the exciting opening of the Storybook Trail here at Lincoln Park. And thank you so much to the Lincoln Memorial Middle School Drumline. You guys were amazing. You got everybody hyped up, and I really, really appreciate you all being here. And I also, as you can see, have a very special guest here with me today. This is my 3-year-old daughter, Brooke, who is at the perfect age to really enjoy this amazing amenity that we now have here in the county. So these new storybook panels are a part of a collaborative literacy project. And we'd like to thank I Am Yes Joyful Projects for sponsoring our Storybook Trail. We also thank Soar & 4 for their partnership, and the School District of Manatee County Education Foundation for their support. Today, we invite you to take a stroll along the trail, read the pages, and interact with the book, A Walk in the Forest by Maria Deck, which I know I will be doing in just a little bit. The panels include literacy and activity tips, making it an adventure for learners at every level of education. Additionally, the panels are narrated in English and Spanish to enhance the storytelling experience.